Yeah.
Okay, so welcome to the Shoegaze 93 channel. I'm delighted to have Alison's Halo with us, Catherine and Adam Cooper here today.
Yes, that's us.
Yeah, I got my copy of Eye Dazzler upstairs. I should have brought it down with me actually, but yeah, I got a CD of Eye Dazzler, which is, of course, Alison's Halo's only album so far. That she released back in the 90s, and we are anticipating a new EP coming at the end of this month on the 31st of October called Skywide. The Skywide EP, which might be a spooky release coming out on Halloween. Hopefully nothing spooky happens to the release.
We're just super excited to finally kind of close out that chapter. These were songs that we just couldn't either fit on the record or they just hadn't been completed as far as parts, and they were still kind of in the demo stage. But we'd gone through and we kind of forgot about them. And so we thought, let's just put out an EP that kind of finishes off that whole era of songs that we had. And, moving forward, we have a whole new batch of music that we've been writing for quite a while. So, yeah, hopefully we'll follow it up with even more new music.
Fantastic. Yeah, no, I've listened to the two singles that are out already from it. Happy and what was the other one?
So far away.
Yeah, So Far Away, that was it. Yeah, fantastic songs. I really like the chorus for Happy. I think it's got
Hmm.
a real earworm chorus. Um, Catherine's vocals have always been a massive highlight for me. I think it's a very unique voice. Is that something you developed, or is it something that just comes naturally to you? That kind of
Um,
that whispery, husky tone.
yeah, it's definitely just natural. I get asked that a lot. I never planned on being a vocalist when we started the band. I really wanted to play bass and just stay in the background and
Mm.
not sing, but
I'm
we
I'm re
just
I'm really glad that didn't happen.
we struggled finding someone that could kind of fill in that position. So I kind of got pushed out front. I thought it would be temporary and it ended up being a permanent thing. So
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
I think we had booked a gig and we couldn't find anyone in time, so
yeah,
we just rolled with it.
yeah, it was, and we were just a three-piece then too. So yeah, it was terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. But I don't know, vocals are so they just have to fit the music. And so it worked out.
Mm. Oh, 100%. Certainly fits the music. Yeah, you guys come from Arizona,
Yep.
so which
Desert.
is yeah, near the Grand Canyon.
Mhm.
I've been there myself when I went to Vegas,
Oh, nice.
and yeah, the helicopter went into the Arizona side as well, so it went across two states, Nevada to
Oh,
Arizona,
that's a
and
great experience.
so yeah, how did it feel coming from there, whereas some of your contemporaries were like more Los Angeles and New York based, like it's quite remote from the industry in a sense.
It really is. There's a few connections. I mean, there's always been a pretty rich history here with
Mhm.
music, especially back in the 40s and 50s and 60s. But yeah, I mean, we made trips out to both New York and LA back in the day, and
Mm.
always were well received. So
Yeah, we did a lot of shows in LA. It's like, I don't know, like a 4 to 6 hour drive. Um, so yeah, we spent a lot of time in LA doing a lot of in stores, a lot of shows and clubs. We did quite a few shows on the East Coast as well during that time, a lot of festivals. We did some of the first South by Southwest festivals back then. Um, yeah, it was a new sound, and not a lot of people kind of knew what was happening in, especially, everyone kind of knew in England what was happening with this sound.
Mm.
And it influenced us greatly. Um, but yeah, it was a struggle. A lot of people just didn't know what to make of it.
Mm.
We had a lot of feedback, a lot of super reverb, and just sound guys just didn't know how to mix it. It was just the first few times out, it was kind of a disaster, but I don't know, it picked up after a while.
and the choice of clubs to play back in the day was a little tough too, because there was either just the jangly Arizona scene that was going on, or there was just heavy metal. And we ended up playing shared a lot of bills with all those bands, and
Mm.
gladly, we loved playing in
We
unfamiliar
played
places.
anything. We played anything and everything we could get. Yeah.
We just wanted some stage time, which, it, I think it aided the songs in the end, being able to being placed in adverse environments to play those songs.
Mm.
So, yeah, you had to definitely fight for gigs back in the day. It was tough. It was tough, but we ended up doing really well here.
Yeah, you certainly did. That's really cool. Yeah, it's sort of adding the variety to the music scene with all those different styles going on, and yeah. So one burning question would be, like with I Dazzler, like what was the reason behind releasing it as a compilation of works between a certain amount of years, as opposed to just releasing a general album, uh, you know, like what was the idea of having that kind of time span with the compilations kind of release?
I don't know. I mean, in retrospect, it probably wasn't the best idea because all the songs flow really well together. There
Mm.
was all the intent to release a full record, and I guess we had
It was post.
it was
So
post
it was
breakup
kind of
too.
post breakup. So um we just had all these songs, and we thought, well, it's a shame to not put them out. So let's just do it in this format, because it was over a few years. And then, like I said, we had so many demos that never really came to fruition, and we just wanted those to be heard. So that's what we ended up with.
And it felt like it was produced over a long period of time too, because what
Mhm.
was happening is there was plenty of label interest back in the day, and it was strange because A&R people would say, "Hey, send us a demo." We would make a demo. Oh, send us another one. Or another label would say, "Send us another demo." And so basically, what you hear in iDazzler is all of the recordings that we made to send to A&R people that eventually passed
Mm.
on it,
Or we passed on them.
or we passed on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's
Super
just
super interesting.
it's a collection of demos, basically, is what it is. I mean, we had always had the intent of going into a different studio, and we
Properly record
and
them.
record them, but
Mm.
in the end, I think it represented the songs really well at the time. And it's a cohesive record
Yeah.
too.
Mm. Yeah, there's even like live versions of songs. That's Strand of Paul.
Mhm.
That's really good. So it's something a bit unique, like including live versions of songs. I think that's a unique touch. But yeah, that kind of story reminds me of like Drop 19s. I had Gregor Kell on this channel, and he was basically saying that that 1991 Mayfield album that they just put out, after all these years of it being, just online solely. He
Right.
was saying that they were demos, basically, that they sent to record labels in England, like Creation and 4AD. So yeah, it's interesting, kind of similar trajectory. I guess American bands maybe found it hard to get the music sort of understood, so maybe you had to do these demos before you would fully commit to a professional release. Do you think that was the case?
Well, it's so different now because you can put out your body of work just
Mm,
even on YouTube and have it accepted for what it is. And back then, to be heard, there wasn't these formats that there are today. So you were at the mercy of an A&R guy that said, I don't get it, and would pass on it, or yeah, maybe we'll take another listen, send me something else. So you were, yeah, it's just different.
mm,
It's there's easier access today to get ears,
yeah,
on music. So and I love that because you can be in your bedroom creating your art and making beautiful music and put it
mm,
out there. And just millions of people can access it. And,
yeah,
it's a wonderful way to to just get that out there. So
yeah, indeed, yeah. Bit like my Sonic Sphere album, and I put it on Bandcamp, my own work. So
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. It's um it's just a really cool platform to just and even just the smallest works will get people will listen, so I
yeah,
love that.
yeah, great stuff. Yeah, so I guess it's worth promoting your upcoming tour. I think you've got a US tour in November. So yeah, if you'd like to talk about that for a little bit, I think people would like to hear that on the channel. Just discussing what dates you're playing, and yeah, just a general promotion.
Yeah, we're doing a co-headlining tour with Tanuki-chan, starting in California on the 4th. I think we
Hmm.
wind our way,
November,
yeah, wind our way through
Arizona, Texas,
Texas, and then
just the Midwest.
Midwest. Then we head
Yeah.
up to Chicago, Minneapolis. Then we go to Denver and
Mhm.
close it out in Tucson.
Yeah, we're hitting 12 cities. A few cities we haven't hit before. Um, Houston, Texas. So we've been
Hmm.
getting so many messages to venture down there. So we're gonna try to make it there this time. But yeah, it should be fun. We've never done a co-headline tour. And we love Hannah's music. It's just so great. So it should be a really fun show. It should I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, you were at Levitation Festival last year.
Yeah.
I literally just interviewed a fan, somebody who subscribes to my channel. He lives in Texas, and he attended your show. He said it was a great show that you guys put on at the festival.
Yeah.
His name's Cameron.
It
So
was
yeah.
um it was crazy because it was raining, pouring rain. It was an outdoor
Hmm.
venue, and the rain just happened to stop a few minutes before we were due to go on. So it worked out. Um, and we played that show with Wisp and with Panchico. It was a great show. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it sounds really poetic with the rain stopping
Hmm.
just before you come on. It's pretty
Wow.
poetic.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that was your first performance, wasn't it? Wasn't it like a comeback
Yeah.
gig?
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we had played, I think that was the closing date of the tour we had done with Pantico. So that was the
Oh,
final date.
oh, okay.
It
It
ended
ended
in,
that tour,
yeah, in Levitation.
which we were just so thankful to go on tour with them. They're just lovely guys. We really, really like them a lot. It was just a fun tour, and it was terrifying because we hadn't played in 25 years together as a group. And we had our original drummer and bass player. They were available, and we live all over the country here. So our drummer lives in LA, our bass player lives in Wisconsin. So we maybe had, I don't know, 4 days of rehearsal, and then we just we just went out.
Wow.
And we just that I mean that the amazing thing is we just remembered everything, and it just was like no time had really passed. So yeah, we just kind of just threw it out there and said, let's see if it works. So
Yeah, and the very first show was at Genghis Cohen in LA, and I think that it's a pretty small cap club. It's a good place to get your feet wet. And the night after that, it was playing to 1,500 people. So
Wow.
it was, yeah, it was a
Nice.
huge jump, and I think it was the most we'd ever played for
yeah,
ever. So
it was terrifying.
it was, yeah, it was. I don't know what the term someone would use for that. Baptism by fire or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
it
was
could be.
quite the jump, but kind of have to step up when needed.
Yeah, awesome. And I bet there was a lot of newfound fans as well who found you on the internet.
I feel like that's really almost all it is these days because I mean it's just so many young kids showing up to the shows. I mean,
It's so fun. It's so
great.
fun. We didn't expect the demographic that we're getting at the shows. It's just it's super cool. And we have really tried to make every show all ages, which is hard in some cities. They really don't like to do it. But we've got a great touring company, and they just kind of put their foot down and say, nope, we want everyone to be able to see these shows. And I mean, it's super sweet. We have moms and dads, coming with their 15-year-olds, and it's just super cool. And everyone it's a huge love fest. Everyone is just having a good time, and it's a super fun crowd that shows up.
Yeah,
And
great.
I mean, I remember seeing shows at that age too, and it meant so much to me. Some of those earliest shows that I went to, I'll always remember. So, you know. And what's really great too is a lot of the kids that are coming to the shows, sometimes it's their first time taking a photo at a concert. It's their first time at a concert.
Yeah.
And some of the photos have just been amazing. And we've actually used some of them for tour posters.
Yeah, we try to repost a lot of what we're getting, what we're seeing, and it's fun.
Nice. Incredible stuff.
Nice.
So, yeah, so what else was I gonna say? Yeah, but it was interesting when you said like it felt like no time had passed between when you came out with iDazzler and now, because the style is very much the same on So Far Away and Happy. It really does sound like it could be from the 90s still. So yeah, was that a conscious decision to keep the sound the same?
Well, the sound was kind of baked in because almost everything on the EP, all of the guitars, drums, and bass were all recorded back in maybe 96 to 97.
All right.
All the melodies and all the vocals are brand new.
We added some guitar.
We added a little bit of guitar, like more like leads that weren't quite fleshed out.
We've been really trying to work out the sound live as well, because it was a unique sound, and a lot of the gear that we used back then is just ancient, and it's like impossible you'd have to bring 3 backup processors because one will inevitably fry out while you're on tour. But yeah, I think it's a sound that, when we write, we get together, it's always there, that sound. So
Yeah, awesome.
I think the headlining tour we did up the West Coast, we tried taking out old processors, like old Zooms and old quadriverbs, and some of them didn't make it back alive.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
basically
Smoking.
took a nosedive. Yeah, smoking,
Wow.
that's a thing.
But speaking of back in the day, I saw that you had interviewed Scott Cortez from Love Lies Crushing.
Yeah, that's correct.
I don't know if you knew that connection, but he lived in Tucson with Melissa. And so we had played together way, way back then as well. And a few bands here, Half String. We did a few festivals together. So
Yeah.
we just recently played with Scott his Astro Bright
Mm.
in Chicago, and we hadn't seen him in years and years, and it was so fun. It was just a big noisy night. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a really cool guy, and yeah, I like the different projects he's got, the many projects. So yeah, it must have been really cool. Yeah, really great stuff. I think I saw that on Instagram actually, the show was advertised, and
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, and
awesome stuff.
he's only gotten better over the years
Yeah.
because a long time ago he played with the drum machine. We played with the drum machine too, and it's really hard to get that kind of power live with a drum
Mm.
machine, or at
Yeah.
least sound people don't know how to make it loud.
Yeah.
And so it was great to see him with a live drummer, and they're a solid unit now. It's awesome to see and hear.
Yeah, cool. Um, is there anything you would like to say? I think we've only got 5 minutes. No, actually we've got 3 minutes left,
Oh,
unfortunately.
just thanks for keeping in touch and letting us have a chat with you.
Thank you. Did you see my acoustic cover version of Dozen?
I did. I was gonna. You were very close. You got most of the chords right. It's awesome.
Okay, awesome. Thanks
Do
a
some
lot.
more- We need to do some more tutorials online, because some of the chords are kind of
We
strange.
play weird chords.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. Do you think that's it's a conscious thing, is it? Or you just kind of put your fingers where it feels right? You just kind of ignore the theory?
Or drop a finger where like so you get a weird.
You get like a sus sound.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Mm.
Sus. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a lot of
Makes for difficulty when you can't remember the chord, and then we just, we'll be playing a song that a lot of people have been requesting, and it took us a week to figure out how we played the damn song. Back in the day, we figured it out finally, but it was all these weird dropped, I don't know. They were weird chords. So
I think what it is that major chords are, I have a really hard time playing
yeah.
with melodies around major chords. I mean, we'll eventually land on major chords in certain sections of the song, but there's always got to be some kind of dissonance, and it just
Yep.
triggers unique
Mm.
harmonies, and unique
Yeah.
melodies. Even if it's only one or two in a song, it's
Yeah.
enough to kickstart you and get you rolling on songwriting.
Yeah. Yeah, so it sort of brings a emotion to it.
Right.
Yeah,
Doesn't it? I think so.
exactly. Because major chords can tend to be pretty predictable, so
Mm.
it's kind of hard to write melodies around that.
Mhm.
Not that we haven't done that, but
Yeah, I think Slow Bleed is my favorite song actually of yours. I think that's the most emotional and most beautiful track.
It's fun to play too.
And
It's a
and
fun-
I really like Sunshine for its pop melody and the big chorus.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think they're my two favorites that I remember the most. The most memorable songs to me, Sunshine and Slow Bleed.
Thank you.
speaking of sus chords,
Leech and Raindrop as well.
Mhm.
I really enjoy them. Chalkboard James is interesting and instrumental.
Mhm.
yeah, we haven't played that one live, have we?
No,
We haven't.
yeah, I don't know if will be good live or not. We're still playing around with that idea, but might have to shorten it.
Yeah,
It's very long.
I think that'd be pushing the patience of most listeners. It's long plus instrumental, but
Yeah.
we're not afraid to play solos.
It's a good payoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could try it. Yeah. Cool. Okay.